The United States imposed new sanctions related to Pakistan's long-range ballistic missile program, including on the state-owned defense agency National Development Complex that oversees the program. The State Department said that the United States is designating 4 entities for sanctions, which targets proliferators of weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery, in light of the continuing proliferation threat of Pakistan's long-range missile development. In addition to the NDC, 3 other entities are Akhtar and Sons Private Limited, Affiliates International and Rockside Enterprise, all of which are based in Karachi, while the NDC is in Islamabad. The sanctions are part of ongoing US efforts to curb the spread of missile technology and prevent further escalation of the global proliferation threat. As a result of these sanctions, the entities involved will face financial and trade restrictions, including being cut off from US markets and resources. The US government has stated that these measures are necessary to address the growing risks associated with the development of long-range ballistic missiles in Pakistan. Pakistan's foreign ministry said in a statement that the US action was unfortunate and biased and would harm regional stability. To discuss more on this, I have been joined by Rajiv Narayan, Senior Associate Research Fellow, IDSA. Sir, a very warm welcome to the broadcast, first of all. A very good afternoon to you. Now, the United States has imposed new sanctions on Pakistan's long-range ballistic missile program. A country, sir, that has been accused of providing safe haven to terrorist groups, and also a country whose economy is in shambles. How do you analyze this move?
Look, first let us talk the legal aspect, then we'll come to political and other strategic aspects.
Okay.
Technically, it is a sanction for proliferation of ballistic missiles. That is fine, but somehow in this order, United States has not mentioned whether it was getting assistance from other countries, especially China. The past, the organization which has been put under sanction, that is National Development Complex, was accused of seeking assistance from China. So actually this proliferation network, which we all know and which we all talk about, which involves Pakistan, China, many other countries, including North Korea, which is still alive. And at least it is good that United States has recognized through this sanction that, this is still flourishing, and the entities, organizations are getting assistance technologies from this network. So this is basically proliferation related network. Before that, in October and November also, it is just, we should see it as a continuity, not an isolated case, not an isolated incident. And October also, several Pakistani organizations were put on the entity list, Chinese organizations were also put on the entity list. And very interestingly, about ballistic missiles program of Pakistan, it is not foreign policy. There are 2 concerns which are evoked or revoked to impose sanction. One is national security and second is foreign policy oriented. It's been no proliferation is talked about. So this order is not clear, and it has just mentioned Shahin missiles, which has got a range of more than 2,750 kilometers. And generally, Pakistan talks that this adds to the full spectrum deterrence of the country. But October, the same Pakistani establishments was targeted, ballistic missiles were targeted, and United States said that it is a security threat to United States also. So that is quite interesting. When sanctions were imposed on Pakistan, it was considered, or it was viewed in terms of India-Pakistan binary. So at least United States is moving away from that, and it finds that Pakistani missiles, Pakistani nuclear weapons program is also a threat to United States. So that is a very significant development. And some of the Pakistani entities are on the part.
Do you think the sanction is imposed just because of that?
No, because this is a continuity. We should not see it in an isolated case. This is what I said. That Pakistani's missiles are being perceived by United States as a security threat to United States. This is very significant. And of the Pakistani entities which are relating to ballistic missiles are already on the United States entity list. This is Bureau of Industry and Security. It's Department of Commerce organization. This sanctions, this order, I should say, has been imposed by Department of State, which generally looks after munition-related or proliferation-related.
Yeah, correct.
Bureau of Industry and Security looks after all the dual-use technology-related sanctions or any curbs. So this is what I just want to point out. Yeah, you have any other question?
Yeah, definitely, sir. A list of them, provided that we have time for that. But yeah, US is imposing military and economic sanctions on Pakistan since 1947. So I mean, this is not something which is new. And apart from that, what is the impact of these sanctions on the organizations in Pakistan that are targeted? Also, sir, can they still operate in other countries?
No, this is like you are quite right that sanctions, or I instead of saying sanctions, of course, sanctions were imposed on Pakistan, but curbs continued. More than sanction word, I would like to use curbs.
Okay.
Technology restrictions, technology regulation was imposed. In fact, this technology regulation relating to ballistic missiles is still continuing. It did not go away after some sanctions were removed after 2001 incident when India and Pakistan both were given some relaxation. This is one thing. So this has been continuing. This sanctions or this curve has been continuing on Pakistan because under the US law, no country, including India, cannot get any ballistic missile technology or ballistic missile item and even nuclear weapons development item. So that is fine. But this particular sanctions is for proliferating. This is important. Details are awaited.
Yeah.
Once the register publishes the notice, then we can get more details. But earlier details which I am talking about is being considered a shift because now US is finding that in Pakistan is threatening it, and that's significant. It is not just India and Pakistan. It is the world and Pakistan. That is quite significant. And second, very interesting dimension I would like to point out.
Yeah, please.
When sanctions, this notice was issued by Department of State, there was another notice was issued on India, and that was so positive. That was about space program cooperation.
Okay.
State of affairs, India and Pakistan had reached vis-a-vis United States. Now United States is seeing Pakistan as a country of concern, while India is being seen as a partner country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And very quickly, sir, Pakistan's foreign ministry is called the US's actions unfortunate and biased. Are they in a position to say so? How do you react to that?
Look, this was routine. I mean, there was nothing great about it.
Okay.
It always tries to locate it or contextualize it in South Asia and say that it is question mark on its sovereignty. Wow, I have not understood. It has condemned that it is missiles are Pakistani's strategic capabilities are required for preserving peace and stability in South Asia. This is the most destabilizing country, a rogue country, terrorist country. And how come they are justifying that it is for maintaining stability in the region?
That's why I asked, are they even in position to say so?
Yeah, so it is good at least United States is waking up.
Yeah.
And should continue to do so because this network, this proliferation network, which once they had given the certificate, has ceased to exist. At least they are realizing that it is still existing. And the problems are not only being posed to India, but to the world and including United States. So this is a very, very significant development
Definitely. All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining in on the broadcast. Much appreciated. French President Emmanuel Macron arrives in